All right, y'all. Back again for another week. Bearder Bros Golf Show. I'm Rod.
And I'm Marcus.
All right, and we got Mark out of town. How's that
Yeah,
been?
yeah. It's been good. It's been a good weekend so far. We missed the majority of the bad weather. Kind of got a few snow flurries on Saturday as we were driving up. But other than that, it's been sunny, clear skies, and it's different out here. You remember, 70s, 80s out here is like perfection, but it's been like high of 55, but no wind, clear skies. So, I had a little glisten on the forehead today when I was playing. So, it's been pretty spectacular, bro. It's been really good.
Was
No
the
complaints.
wa- was the golfing pure?
Yeah, the golfing was pure. It was worth it. Our usual. I feel like we never get paired up with any BS. Two cool guys. They're both from Oklahoma, but one now in Phoenix, and they just drove up for a weekend trip because he had his friend with him. But yeah, it was a really good track. Oak Creek Country Club. It's wild. They do an 11 o'clock shotgun, so whoever wants to sign up and play will be in their shotgun format to start, or
Okay.
3:30 p.m. you come out and you can walk on and get in as many as you can before the sun sets, which is like 6 o'clock here, which is the same as it would be in Texas right now. So you got about, till 6:20, 6:25 of like actual daylight. But you can walk it if you want to. It's like a retired neighborhood. So a lot of the people had their own carts and things like that. So I got to, ride in my own car, do my own thing. Yeah, it was a really good track. Somehow, some way, it worked out to where I started on one. So I played 1 through 18 like it was nothing. And we played in less than 4 hours. So it was
Okay.
smooth, man. It was really good.
Okay. All right. Live golf shotgun start. Is that every day or is that just for
Every
Mondays?
day. Every day.
And they have no tea times before that 11 o'clock start.
Correct. The wildest thing.
That's
I'm telling you.
that's weird. And I've
Right.
never heard of anything like that. So,
Never. If you're
whew,
not playing a tournament, that is completely new to me. But,
yeah.
to each their own, it worked out. I feel like it's crazy. I feel like we got called out because we had a foursome playing behind a three, and we were on them the first 6 holes,
Hmm.
and there was no space. It got to like hole 7 or 8, in between 7 and 8. We slowed up for a little bit, just looking for golf balls, and
Yeah, you
I
have a bad
mean,
hole. Yeah.
all it takes is a few bad swings, and we were half a hole behind, and the marshal comes up, and he's like, "Hey, I know there's a three in front of y'all, but you wanna stay up on them a little bit." And I'm like, I look around and I'm like, the two people that I'm like playing with are literally zooming to their ball. They hardly take any time. They already got their yardages. There's an old man in the group. He has his own cart. He drives up to his ball. He not even taking that long. So what's the
Yeah.
deal? Right. So, and we only saw him once. And he only came through, said that one thing, and then we haven't seen him after that. But the next couple of holes, we were feeling rushed and kind of like frantic because it's like, for some
Yeah.
strange
It
reason, he
never
won.
never is a good feeling to have the marshal run up on you, even if it's like completely out of place.
It was so out of place and it was so random. And again, we never saw him again. It was kind of like it was his pardon wish. Like it was just kind of like, y'all speed it up. I'm gone. Like I ain't seen him. We didn't never see him again. But like I said,
Interesting.
yeah, the old man only ended up playing 9 anyway. So as soon as we got through with him, we were right
Straighten it
back on
back
him
up.
like it was nothing. Yeah. And we were waiting pretty much the whole back 9.
Cool beans. Well, and you got another round coming up at some point time this week, right?
Yeah, hopefully Wednesday. Hopefully the conditions of the other course I'm trying to place is Sedona Golf Resort. Hopefully they're better. Apparently it was a little mucky. Their drainage isn't as good from the snow and
Mm.
things. But whole day of sun, another day of sun, and then hopefully Wednesday, mid morning it'll be good enough. And nothing wrong with some carpet only golf because the views there are just as good, if not better. and I like the way the course set up from what I saw online. So hopefully
Cool.
it's a good track for us.
Cool beans. So let's kind of backtrack a little bit
Yep.
because when we last spoke on Sunday the 4th, um, the Pebble Beach Pro Am was kind of in a holding pattern. A few moments after we kind of wrapped up, we got the alerts that they were
Literally.
cutting the tournament down to a 54 hole event and declared Wyndham Clark the winner. I was really You know, you can't be mad, especially after you see the images and the accounts of what was going on
Yeah.
around Pebble Beach, down trees, and just the infrastructure was torn up. Course would have been really tough to get into shape on Monday morning and then get them out at a decent time enough to finish. So when it comes to safety and things like that, you can't really quibble too much with how the
Right.
decisions are made. Is a 54 hole event ever preferred? Heck no. We all, want to see people fight it out to the end, especially when we schedule the tournament for 72 holes. You hate
Exactly.
to see it, finished at 54, which I need to make a standalone video. Social media was pretty much unbearable on Monday. After the Pebble Beach was cut down, all the live trolls were in Instagram comments saying, "Look at the PGA Tour trying to become live on the sly," and all this. It was just kind
Corny
of
shit.
gratuitous. It was super corny, and I got a bunch of screenshots because it was just they kept coming, and I was like, I cannot stand this crap at all. So, what did you think about the 54 hole finish?
Yeah, same sentiments. I mean, you'd never want it to come to that, and definitely just disappointed for sure. But you got to do what you got to do, and I mean, who's to say if Wyndham Clark, goes out there and shoots, like a 68 or something like that. But he had really good momentum, and you go out and you shoot a 60, like in the, you know, basically so-called final round. I mean, that's a good way to win it. So I know Wyndham Clark is feeling happy about it. So that's really all
Yeah,
that matters. And
it is.
hopefully, yeah, hopefully the rest of the swing in Cali is good. With the Genesis coming up, and then they go into Florida, and hopefully the weather's good there. So hopefully we don't have to really deal with this, too much more throughout the season. But things happen. But yeah,
Yeah,
all in all, it was still a decent event, and I mean, with them making it an elevated event, you got to see stars again. So I mean, they found a way to get people out there, and the waste management wasn't far behind. It was a lot of stars out there too. Funny with the weather again, but guys was in t-shirts and everything like it was nothing by Sunday, so it was all
yeah,
good.
exactly. Yeah, on the 54 hole finish is so rare on the PGA Tour that you kind of just take it, with everything else that comes out. It just is what it is.
Definitely.
Um, so you just wanted to bring that up since we didn't get a chance to talk about it in real time and didn't want us to just not touch on it at all. You mentioned the Genesis coming up this week, and I think I'll transition into that, even though I don't have it on the show notes. I think we can just kind of touch on it. It's
Yeah.
another elevated event.
Yep. Another
You
one.
know, we're gonna see the big cat and the new Sunday red gear. He's dropped some promo stuff on his Instagram page, just kind of showing the new logo on the glove. Looks like they're going full bore with the branding. We're gonna see all the star players again, elevated event. The Riviera is actually one of the most revered courses on the tour. So
Yeah.
players love to play at the Riv and get out there and hit it around. It's a visually fun course on TV. Just to watch that first hole, shooting downhill. Are they gonna get past the cart path with the drive?
Right.
It's a
That par
tough
five
green
is
to
fun.
hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just memorable. Number 10, the drivable par four. There's just quite a few holes on that course. That par three on the backside,
Yeah.
with the bunker dead smack in the middle. Just again,
Yeah,
one
16,
of the
17,
most.
18 all coming home is very exciting. 17 and 18 back to back, left to right, dog legs, and then 17's par five, 18, 460, 470 off the tee, par four, give you everything you want uphill. I mean,
Yeah,
it's definitely a course that's gonna eat your lunch if you're not there to play. I mean, just think about the year that DJ won. I mean, DJ won because he hit like 2 stripe shows on 17, 18 coming home and set himself up for a couple of good putts to make it, but that's long history now, but
Yeah. Yeah, year after year, 18 is like seems to be one of the hardest holes for players to get their approach shots close to that pin. Oftentimes coming up short, you know, missing the green. It just seems like a really tough green to hit, even with them playing out of the fairway on that particular hole. So,
definitely.
uh, you know, plans to play rough again, this week and be a true test. Hopefully the weather isn't too much of a factor, which typically in LA it isn't. Like you said, it's been impacting tournaments all throughout the year so far. Hope to not see the same repeat here in this week. So
Yep.
that's a good transition. We'll jump over to the waste management. So much to talk about from the waste management. Um,
Right.
close tournament again. Nick Taylor pulling it out in a 2-hole playoff versus Charlie Hoffman. I don't know if you. I know you were texting about it last night. I don't know if you got a chance to go check out the replay of it
I
and kind of
did.
see how it ended.
I
So
did.
ultimately, I mean, Charlie Hoffman played a heck of a final round. I think he went 64
Yeah, he went
in
70.
regulation. Yeah, he didn't give it up. I mean,
Right.
he did go in with the nice, you know, uh, lead going into the final holes, and you know, there was just too many players left on the course.
Right.
Scheffler, ball striking genius, could not make a putt to save his life down the stretch. So
No. Him and Thagala.
yeah, Thigala had it early on and then lost it.
Yeah.
Look at Carmen here. Hold on real quick. Carmen said it looked lit. I'm trying to go to drink and maybe watch some golf. Yeah, you gonna go out there and get white boy wasted because that that's
That's all
that was
there is to
part of the
do.
that was part of the whole story this week. Is I don't think they've ever had to shut down alcohol sales,
Yeah.
and at I think it was 2 points this weekend that they had to shut it down, which is crazy given that they had the weather delay that they had.
Hmm.
Um, to have to shut they were just saucing it up in between breaks, I guess. So yeah, pretty live event, and yeah, Nick Taylor really proven himself to be. I mean, if he can keep winning, I mean, his swing is beautiful, man. That driver seems pretty much automatic.
Yeah.
I can't recall many fairways that he missed. What'd you think of the tournament, man?
Yeah. Just really like I guess like a whirl of emotions because like whether I sent you the Zach Johnson thing, like it was definitely like never like not trying to side with him because the PGA needs some fun events. But it did get a little bit crazy. That's another thing. The guys that I played with, they went out. So they went out on Friday and then they
Okay.
missed Saturday and then came back and caught the final day. But they said that the Phoenix resident, shout out to Travis, that's his name. He said Saturday got so chaotic because the scanners for tickets stopped working. So people just were flooding into it.
So there
So
was no checks on the attendance.
there
It
was
was
no
just
checks to get anybody to stop or like count numbers or anything. So they said it was like the attendance record before that was like 275,000 or something like that. They got up
mhm.
to 400,000 on Saturday.
That I believe it because there were some pictures where they just showed people couldn't move, and it was
Right.
pretty much just gridlock.
Just not it just didn't seem fun. And of course, when you have that many people there, the green and of course Saturday is the green day, so everybody's getting just crazy drunk. And I think that's ultimately what it is. And I mean, yeah, you're here to have a fun time and make it a party and stuff like that, but there's got to be limits to that stuff, bro. Like you got to like even if it's not a personal limit, like but that's the thing. How do somebody goes up to the concession, buys 2 drinks, not necessarily
Hmm.
for them. And then what do you say? You can't buy any more drinks. Then somebody else comes up, buys 2 drinks for somebody
Maybe
else. Like,
maybe wristbands with punches on them or something. I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe
a
what do
punch
you think is
card. I
a
don't know.
10, and unless you have a punch card, you can't get alcohol. I don't know how you would regulate that,
That's
but it
hard.
it just seems like, I mean, I saw more videos, and they've been out there for years, right?
Yeah,
I saw more people kind of just slumped over, stumbling, bumbling, completely wasted out of their mind beyond anything that's remotely fun anymore.
right.
Um, so
Saw a guy literally in a bar stool peeing himself. Saw numerous of people just, well, there's that big guy, shirtless, did a like
oh, sliding down
little
the hill.
doing a slide down the hill. Then somebody came and dumped the whole beer on him, and he's
Right.
like just like, bro, it was complete mayhem, bro. I don't know how
It
you
was.
just like, you smell like straight beer. Like, how do you go about? I'd have to go home right after that. I'd feel
Once
just
it
disgusted.
once it dries, it's pretty bad, bro.
Right. It
It's pretty
stank.
bad.
It stank.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes,
You
Carmen.
mentioned. Yeah, I'm gonna throw some of Carmen's comments up here. Said they need I need the scanner to stop working at Usher's
Hey, you gotta
concert.
relax.
On a serious note, they did lose money, which, yeah, I mean, gate tickets aren't really where PGA, but gets its bread buttered. But yeah, absolutely. If 200,000 people walk through that didn't have legitimate tickets, or even if it's
Right.
50K, that's money out the gate. But and open themselves up to liability for sure, especially with alcohol over
Thousand
serving.
percent.
You mentioned Zach Johnson. I did get his clip queued up here. So Zach Johnson was getting heckled by the crowd for their his poor Ryder Cup performance, and I guess he had a boiling point. There was also another clip with Billy Horschel, but I couldn't find a really good version of it. So
Somebody said it. I'm just saying it. Just shut up. All right, Zach. Here you go.
what tripped me out about this is you can just tell Zach is not about that life. Like right here where he starts backing up, you can just tell he's just not that guy. He
Right.
wants to do more, but it's just not in him. And then he walks away, kind of like a petulant child. But yeah, you sent me his comments. Him just saying that they need to be gotten under control. But the tournament, he said, has been out of control for 21 years.
Since
It's
I
not
got
going to
on
change.
tour.
It's going to keep continuing to get bigger and bigger. So I just think that guys that know, I mean, everybody knows what this event is at this point.
Yeah.
You show up knowing you got to deal with some raucous crowds, some smart mouths, whatever. But, again, Billy Horschel's kind of showing his age. Zach Johnson clearly showing his age, and clearly sensitive about the Ryder Cup ribbing that he was getting. So don't show up
Right.
to this tournament, bro. Let somebody else
Exactly.
have the spot.
You wanted top flight security to step in and do everything for you, and that wasn't gonna happen. And then, it's Super Bowl weekend, bro. Everybody's trying to have a good time. Everybody's trying to be excited before the Super Bowl. Bro, if that's the case, you just need to go home and enjoy the Super Bowl. Have you a good weekend off, come back, get you in one of the, play a little bit better, get in one of those elevated events, and you can play either the week before or the week after. And then you can make your money that way. Otherwise,
There you
I
go.
just don't see the beef, bro. Like, I'm not even saying this is a young man's game, a young man's tournament, because Charlie Hoffman, I mean, a literal perpetual waste management ambassador for them, has been there, and he's 47 and he's still pulling up, and he hasn't
Yep.
had an issue with it yet. And then the Billy Horschel thing is annoying because Billy Horschel, you see him on 16, he's throwing the football back and forth like it's nothing. Like, bro, like, are you having fun or are you not having fun? Because these people, we all know how it goes. It doesn't matter what realm of life you're in. when there's drinks involved, the people are going to be uninhibited. They going to say some stuff that they might not normally say. That's everywhere. That's anybody, no matter who you are. President Obama or Biden or Trump could be walking by, and these people are literally, slushed, and they going to say some
It's
crazy shit.
no F's given at all about who
It
is
doesn't matter
there or
who
who is
you are.
targeted.
Exactly. So again, you just gotta, brush it off or zone out, whatever you gotta do, bro. Because top flight security ain't gonna save you from words, bro. As much as we talk about freedom of
Right.
speech and da 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 da, well, I mean, you trying to limit it right there, bro. I mean, it's up to you, bro. You either need to be ready for it or not. I'm sorry.
Yep. It comes with the territory. And especially the way Billy Horschel kind of ran up on the guy that, or, the portion of the crowd that was talking in one of his playing partner's backswing. He could have did that a little more diplomatically.
Right.
You can say that, but he went straight aggressive right off the bat and, was talking about it's our job. Yeah, I get that. You can say that. And the response would be a lot more effective, if you just, hey, we're playing golf over here, have fun, but when we're playing, just let us swing. But he went overboard with his with the way he called the patron out. So
Yeah.
yeah, show up knowing what to expect, or shut up. That's pretty much
For
it.
truly.
Or sit down. Nobody's forcing you. But at this stage, both of them, I would say, both need to play to accumulate as many points as they can.
Right.
Horschel has not played very well in the last year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And Zach Johnson is on the tail end of his career, so it
Right.
is what it is. Question from Carmen said, "Is it a qualifying tournament?" I wouldn't say it. I'm not sure what you mean by qualifying, but it's one of these ones where, I mean,
It's not like an
it's
invitational. Like it's not
no.
exclusive.
Last
Like
year it was.
it
Last year
was a
it was
heightened
an
event.
It was a elevated event
Uh
with
huh.
an increased purse, so they were getting paid 3 mil to show up, or for the winner was getting 3 mil. This year it was like
Mm,
1.5, because they flanked it with two other elevated events. But
yeah.
the winner gets an automatic invite to the Masters and all the major events, as well as the 2 year exemption. So still a higher level, high tier event. So it's not
Yeah.
a limited field, full field event. But the waste management is going to waste management every single year. It is what it is at this point.
Truly. Mm-hmm.
Down the road, with a little bit better weather in terms of the water, Liv played their second tournament of the year, and then they'll be off for a little bit. Um, the crowd sizes definitely weren't waste management levels for sure. I
Right.
caught Friday. I don't know what it is. I just do not watch their middle round. I have not been. I don't know. Like I said, I give them a chance on Friday, and I watched
Mm-hmm.
actually a pretty decent chunk. I was dually watching on my phone and on the TV,
You
Live
mean
and
Thursday?
PGA Tour. No, yeah, Thursday. Yeah, you're right. So I watched Thursday and then Saturday. They finished. They went Thursday through Saturday
Yeah, because remember we were
this
talking about
week.
that. It tripped me up because I'm like, I'm not
Yeah,
used to them starting on Thursday.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was weird. So yeah, watched it on Thursday. Pretty decent chunk. Didn't watch anything on Friday. Watched the majority of Saturday, just because I was hoping like it would materialize into some good golf, but they pretty much stayed flat. DJ ended up winning by one stroke at the very end over Peter Uline, and it was bad golf. I'll be honest with you. Like, I know it was windy and it was cold, but the
Yeah.
golf was bad. John Rahm shanked it twice, and I don't know, man. It was
Mm,
just not high
Un,
quality golf.
unserious business. Mhm.
It really is. Terrell Hatton has been a non-existent player since he's come over and transitioned. I was again, we just keep talking about observations from watching Live. On Friday, or excuse me, on Thursday, I noticed in the online chat it was a lot more Live um, supported, really positive. People really kind of going after people that weren't talking about Liv or, on the
Hmm.
positive side of things. In real time during play, music was playing annoyingly loud on multiple holes. And that's
Yeah.
all people were talking about when they were saying, God, can we chill it out on the TV side? Because it sounded like an echo. It was drowning out the commentators, which isn't a bad thing. But on Sunday, or excuse me, God, the days are messing me up. On Saturday, their final round, TV only had they only had music going on the eighth hole, which was their quote unquote party hole.
Yeah.
Um, and they turned it down everywhere else. So you can definitely tell they cater to the TV audience when they know they're going to be on TV on CW. But yeah, did you catch any of it at all?
I caught Thursday, the first round, and
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it didn't really seem very exciting. Like, I mean, again, just trying to give it a chance and see what it's all about, and it really kind of turned me off because Thursday at post round they interview Graham McDowell, and it's cool. They're trying to spotlight him because Graham McDowell has never been a great ball striker. We all know that. We've all seen Graham McDowell play golf. So whether it was when he won the U.S. Open or whether it was when he won the Mayakoba, 5 or 6 years ago, his last win, whatever, it's all done with the putter. And so like they tried to highlight it, but it was done in such a again, I don't like it was just done in such an unorganized way. Like when it first kicked off, they had their on-course reporter, bless her heart. She's trying to queue up a video, and PGA already got the monitors up. Yeah, we got your highlights. We gonna spotlight a few of the holes you played well. You just want to go through and tell us what happened. Da 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 da. They tried to do it, and she's telling them like, I swear to God, it was like 3 times. She's like, "Yeah, clear the roll. Yep, yeah. Let's go ahead and get it started on the
This is
roll.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
live.
Let's play live, live.
Wow.
Remember, you watched it when it was like 17K viewers. I was watching it. It was like 7K viewers. So like it
Yeah.
was towards the latter part of the coverage and stuff like that. I guess they were just really trying to get it going. And I mean, they're watching Graham McDowell like hit 7 foot putts on the practice putting green. Like there's no like putting alignment, there's no like putting coach, there's no like then Graham McDowell was trying to explain it in his accent, which we can hardly understand anyways. It was just really unfortunately a shit show. But again, just
It's just a bad
oh
TV
man.
product.
Right. Again, we're
No, go
trying to
ahead.
give it a chance. I mean, trying to give it a chance and just like, I mean, honestly, go to the YouTube comments and just like what we do from time to time. When we get in the comments, we're like, what do you see happen here? Some. Get some crowd interaction. Ask them what they want to see. Maybe then the product will be better. Maybe then some fans will suggest some things that all golfers want to see. But I don't want to see Graham McDowell on the practice putting green. I know that much for
I
sure.
I, I was thinking of well, and let me you mentioned the comments. Saturday final round, comments were brutal. It was a free for all,
A lot
and
of
to be
trolling
honest,
stuff.
like it was really a lot of trolling on Saturday. They were giving
100%.
absolutely no f's about getting blocked in that chat or whatever. They were going hard at the product, and when Rom would shank it or Sue Ann, the on course reporter, like she struggles with thoughts so hard to get a tangible sentence together. I'm like, homegirl,
Yeah.
can you please figure this out? It is a real struggle for you to speak the language and communicate clearly. Painful sometimes, really, to watch her. Excuse me. But I was thinking, kind of again, just absorbing both the products at the time. You hear about people saying you see more shots on Live than you do on the PGA Tour. At a certain point, I saw that comment and I started counting, right? I was looking, again, phone in hand, watching Live on YouTube, watching PGA Tour on my TV. Shot for shot, honestly. You're not seeing a whole lot more golf. And Live has its own internal promotion. So instead of a paid ad, they're promoting kind of their own product internally.
Yeah.
So even though it's not necessarily them breaking away for you to see an ad that you don't care about, you're just getting more kind of propaganda about their players, which to me, again, their presentation is kind of trash. So you're almost kind of disinterested in that as well. But an equivalent amount of golf, nothing that I was like, oh, that's a lot more golf. And
Yeah.
some of the reasons that the people that love Live and the players that are going over to Live is because the PGA Tour has a unique ability to tell the story, right? Of the players and their features and how they've done, the things that they're going to highlight for that particular tournament or round are produced beforehand. And like you
Right.
said, queued up beforehand. It's not impromptu. So you get to know the players more intimately through their stories and some of those again post production shots that you're getting. And so it feels different and you get to know the players better than you would elsewhere, including Live, because they're so focused on action and moving and all this stuff. And it's like sometimes you need to hear the story, right? That's how you got intimately connected to the product in the first place. So when I hear
Mm-hmm.
people taking shots at the PJ Tour, I'm like, I don't think you know what you're missing, really. I hate that we have to cater to ADHD these days. I kind of like the slow down, even if it's just slightly, version of stories that you get from the PGA Tour. I'm
Yeah.
old, I guess. It caters to me. It caters to my attention span, not go, 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 never pause,
Yeah.
seeing irrelevant shots that I don't care about. It's just, it's weird. It really is weird to take in their product. Trying to give it a
Yeah.
chance.
I just think it being the third year, you should have things like this more organized. Your media team should not be, in flux like this. I feel like that should be one of the things that you should have cemented down with them getting an ample amount of pay to do this. Because again, this is the product that we get, the things that they put out. So why would you not want to have them organized and in these off-season meetings? What are y'all doing? Are y'all letting them go vacation? Like, I feel like the media team should always be somewhere around work. Players, you got an off season,
Promoting.
whatever. You should be doing something media wise, company wise, all year round. You should be promoting events, places, even if it's just 1 week at a time. All right, this week we're going to specialize. We're going to do Vegas. All right, next week we're going to put some clips together. We're going to go out. It's you. Saudi has all the crazy money. Piff has all the crazy money. They can't fly the media team out to the course real quick. Yo, we're going to be at Doral. Please go out there, get a couple of flyovers. We'll pay for your flight. We'll pay for you to get one of the drones. Do a flyover. Get a inkling of what's going on with the course.
Yeah.
Interview the course. I'm not saying interview the superintendent, but bro, ask him what's going on with the course. Yeah, these are the things that you could be
Because
doing.
like you said, we don't know. We said this a couple weeks ago. We don't know these courses. I do not
Right,
know golf. What is it? Las Vegas Country Club. No idea.
right.
And the crazy part is watching them in real time hit shots and completely lose the ball. The
My
cameras
favorite
didn't know
thing,
where the ball was.
yeah,
Players didn't know where the ball was going. Bad.
set up the shot tracer. Set up the shot tracer. Y'all want to make it all exciting and stuff and make it a scene. Put shot tracers on all the holes. And I think it's funny though, because there's probably a couple times when they're like, they hit a shot, It goes over a spot that they usually don't like. All the pros are like, all right, this is my aiming point. It's in their yardage book and stuff like that. They don't
Yeah.
have conversations out on these courses that they don't play all the time, and they're like, you think it's good? I don't know. I guess we just have to go see. Because these
Yeah.
players, I mean, do you think they have spotters out here? I know the PGA does. I
I
know they
think
got
this
volunteers out there with the
the
flags.
the featured groups have spotters. You could tell that, but I don't think they
Mm,
have them on every hole.
I
I
got
mean,
you.
that's a lot of staffing. And again, the featured groups where the cameramen were following, yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
But there's a handful of players that if you watch Live every single week, you're just not going to see. They will
yeah,
not show them at all. And for a limited field of 54, that seems like an oversight to me. Everybody should get
definitely.
some version of camera time. Hell, the first day when HV3 was in the lead, pretty much the entire day or hovering around the lead, he only got a handful of shots on TV. They pretty much
Mm,
ignored him for a good 9 holes while having the lead. And I was just like, that's such an oversight for y'all not to stick around. They're trying to spread it around a little bit. But
yeah.
yeah, the coverage is just bizarre. It didn't make
I
a
mean,
lot of logical sense.
when's the last time a tour was on Doral, which is their next event? Because DJ was talking about it. He got interviewed. And he's like, I'm trying to, I'm gonna take a few days off, then I'm gonna get back to work. We got Doral coming up in a couple weeks, and then I got the Masters. He's like, I want to be in shape for that. So it's like, okay, well, when's the last time Doral was played on any tour or done anything with? Yeah, I know
Well,
why
they've
y'all are
played
on
it.
it.
Yeah,
We
they've
used to
played
have the
it.
WGC, but that was like 2018, 2017,
Yeah.
because they
No,
went
no, no.
away from it even.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But Liv has been playing it since they were incepted a few years ago. So their
Oh, okay.
players are familiar and their fans, yes, but for the masses, no. That's really the only course that we're going to be familiar with, um,
And then
of
Gulf
any
will be Houston,
familiarity. Yeah,
but
of
that's
course.
June.
I wonder which one are they playing, the tournament
Tournament
or
course.
members course?
Tournament
Okay.
course. Members ain't gonna let them test that. He funny.
Getting the seconds of old PGA Tour events. It's so weird. And even then, I
Yeah.
think champions played there, and as well as PGA Tour years and years ago, probably before we were
Mm-hmm.
born. So
Yeah.
anyway, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm glad I get a break and don't have to watch that again this week and get to focus on Riviera. That's high
Right.
quality golf. I know that course for sure. So we'll look forward to whenever they pick it back up. Apparently, I don't know if it's the next event. Let me look at the Live Golf schedule. But apparently, the rumors around Anthony Kim coming back for the Jeddah event and playing as a wild card is are heating up. I don't know how much truth there is to that. As we said, it's just you know all in the up in the air with him. Nothing's
Yeah.
confirmed until it actually happens. Yeah, so March 1st. That's crazy. So they're off for another 3 weeks. So Live Golf Invitational Saudi Arabia is March 1st through 3rd. We'll see. Will we get a Anthony Kim sighting at that point?
Exciting.
Who the heck
Yep.
knows? He said Perry Wiggins, grow the game. The rare black professional golfers winning your tournament, and he can't get on the coverage. Yeah, man, it was weird. It was straight weird for him not to be able to get any kind of play, and that's coming off of him being dead last the week before. I think he ended up
Right.
shooting 14 over the week before to leading. Again, I'm one for storytelling. I think that's a big story. If a guy
Right.
goes from last the week before to actually having a chance to lead in the tournament, seems like a
You
story you'd
gotta
want to feature to me.
you gotta put that on the forefront.
But hey, it is what it is, man. Let's get into a few more stories. Kind of, we'll continue on the live boat and get off that real quick. I don't want to touch on it too much because it's still in litigation. So, of course, when all the lawsuits were flying around, and PGA Tour and the Saudi PIF guys were called into the United States Congress. They were, asked to submit certain documents, and apparently these stories, which I have the story linked in the description, about the Saudi PIF guys threatening advisors, primarily based in Canada, I believe, with jail time of up to 20 years if they revealed documents and gave up certain information about the negotiations, which continues, again, not our talking point, but for people who say that the Saudis are violent and, unsavory people to be in business with, this lends
Right.
some credence to that, man. I know when you
I.e.,
first saw it.
insider trader.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Those
His
are some,
word.
what did he
His
say?
words.
Quote unquote. Those are some pretty scary MFers straight out of
His
his horse's
words.
mouth. So what I know when you sent me the original story, you were like, or the clip, you were like, no way this is true. And it sure is true. What do you think, man?
I I don't know, man. I really am speechless. Like, not surprised speechless, but just speechless in the fact that I don't even want to go down that route because I don't want I don't know. I don't want to be threatened or anything like that for anything I may say. I don't know. I don't know. That's a
Lose
slippery
the
slope, bro.
get into a suspicious accident. Take
Right.
a
I
have
don't want
an
any beef.
accidental fall.
You know, ain't no telling who gonna show up on my doorstep, man. It. Those are the things you do when you get involved with these type of people, and I don't even mean that in the way that these guys. We talked about it last. I don't even want to get into it, right? But we talked about it
Look,
last
yeah,
week. It's a
I
lot
think
of
the
it's a
easiest
lot of dirty money out there.
the easiest way to put it is reputations are earned. They don't
Yes,
just come up out of nowhere. So
correct.
the
There's
fact that we
yes,
feel that way, or that is the
there is some validity
perception,
to it.
correct, is what it
We'll leave
is.
it at that. Yeah, let's not even give it any too much more spotlight. Oh
So moving
man.
on though, last official story is the PGA Tour finally revealing how they are going to spend the money that they got from the SSG group. Uh, pledged $3 billion dollars. They talked about what they're going to do with the first 1.5 billion, which is kind of a tiered um, approach to the money. So I'm going to read from the article. It says, under the plan, 930 million in initial player equity grants will be awarded to 193 PGA Tour members who will fall in one of four categories. Group 1 is top 36 players will share 750 mil of that 930. Group 2, or excuse me, um just more description. I'll read it fully. Aggregate equity based on career performance, last 5 year performance, and player impact results. Group 2 will be 64 players and share 75 million based on the last 3 years performance. Group 3 consists of 57 players who have earned fully exempt PGA Tour status and will share 30 million. And then Group 4 will include 36 players who are instrumental in building the modern PGA Tour based on career performance. They will share 75 million in aggregate equity. So, depending on how much you've contributed to the PGA Tour, those are the buckets. Essentially, when I read this and saw the title of the article, to me, it just triggered like, hey, we need to keep more people from segmenting away, right? We need to
Right.
retain as many of these current players. We have to stop the bleeding somehow. So
Yeah.
$750 million being awarded to 36 players. Let's do some quick math on that.
Yeah,
Um,
that's got to be like in the 40 million ish type deal.
per person.
Yeah. How much?
It's a lot of
755,
money.
you said?
750 divided by 36. That is
20.
20.8 million if they divide it equally,
Ooh,
right?
right.
Right. So it's still good money, right? If you know that's coming to you at some point.
Yeah,
Is it what Liv is giving out on some of these contracts? No. But honestly, what we're seeing with Rom is he's not necessarily moving the needle. We have another player out there that is not making a huge ton of difference to the Liv ratings. From what I observed last year to what that we've been seeing the first couple of weeks of this year, the ratings are pretty much the same. I think they got
yeah,
blessed with a weekend, the weekend of Pebble Beach, where they were the only ball game in town on Sunday and went into a playoff. And
yeah.
even then, they were only able to get 432,000 viewers that particular day. When the replay of round three of the Pebble Beach got 1.9.
I was about to say
So
1.8 or 1.9 million or something like that.
yeah,
They said.
and the truth is, pickleball that was playing on ESPN got higher ratings than Live on CW. So it is what it is, bro. So again,
Yeah,
can the PGA Tour match the money that Live is giving out? No. But at a certain point, I just feel like Live, they have to know at this point they're beating their heads against the wall. Like, hey, we've gotten about the biggest stars that we could have. At this point, who else is going to be bigger? We know Rory is not going anywhere, and we know
yeah.
Tiger is not going anywhere. Who else you
Right.
going to
What's
get
the
that's going to potentially move the needle?
who's the can you pull up hold up. Let's look at the official golf world ranking for the PGA. Let's look and see the top 5. Let's see. Scotty, Rory, Rom, Hovland, Shoffley are 1 through 5. And then Wyndham Clark is 6, Cantley 7, Homa 8, 9, Fitzpatrick, Harmon 10. Out of
Mm-hmm.
those 10 names, well, out of those 9 names,
9. Yep.
Scotty, hard no. Rory, hard no. Let's see. Victor Hovland already came out and said no. Shoffley, but then again, that's a
He's
number
always on the
5.
fence.
He's always on the fence. That's a number 5. Wyndham Clark already came out and expressed after he didn't won. He said, yes, some of the rumors were kind of circulating, but we cleared
Yep.
that.
I'm
Cantley, he's
staying
on the
here for
player
legacy.
board. Exactly.
Yep.
Cantley
He's not
hard.
going anywhere.
Yeah, he's on the board. Max Homa, Cali boy, he not going. Fitzpatrick, Harmon, he's made his money. He's good. He
You
bald.
know what?
He old. He not going.
Shut up. Shut up. Get off. I think for Fitzpatrick to me is also a hard no. It's just
I
something
think so
about
too.
him is he it seems like, and like they say, never meet your heroes. It's just a perception from a distance. Seems like a guy of integrity and just
Yeah.
wouldn't do something for the dollars. Seems like he's willing to kind of get it out of the mud. He made, I forget the quote that he said. It was so wow, it's like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But he was just talking about the integrity of the game and this and that. I just don't see him doing it.
Yeah. Remember he
So
won that
like you
US
said,
Open?
yep,
Not to interject, but remember he won that US Open? He stayed with that same host family that he got that hosted him when he came over as a junior and played this
yeah,
event. We're talking double digit years, and he remembers these people and keeps up with them. I definitely think he's loyal in that manner. And that's right along
right,
the lines right there.
yeah. I just don't see him as money being the thing that drives him. I think he is one of these
Agreed.
legacy guys that wants to continue to win majors and at least try to win majors. So yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with
You
that
know who's
wholeheartedly.
you know who's a random guy that I'm just over the moon happy about that I never
Who's
would have
that?
just been like, oh, you know what? I actually do like him. Shane Lowry. Bro is a steadfast PGA player. Bro has been on interviews now. He say, I'm in Florida now, bro. We full on PGA. Me, the fam, we all in Florida, bro. I ain't doing all this traveling no more. Love him. Love him. Ryder Cup
I
comes,
I
I don't
do it.
like him. But every other time, every other week, love him. I am
Yeah.
an
He
authentic Shane Lowry fan now.
You have a man crush on Shane Lowry.
We're not going that far because Rory's my man crush.
Okay.
We've already gone over this. Calm down. Relax.
Okay. But yeah, I
Dang.
think again, out of that list, there's only one other one, Schauffele, and
Right.
I'm sorry,
He
dude.
ain't moving the
Dude has
needle.
like he's got no personality at all. He that no, I shouldn't say that. That he shows or displays.
Right.
He's not that guy. He's not going to be out there marketing for Live, and it just
Right.
would. He just looks like an unhappy dude in general. So again, does not move the needle. I don't
We
know, man.
I want to say the PGA Tour tried to spotlight him at one point, in these last couple of years, because his dad is his coach slash best friend, and they didn't come out and had interviews. It's kind of turmoil with us sometimes, but that's dad, so I'll never give up on him and stuff. He knows best, and it was even awkward then. It's like, dang, like, well, are you big up in him, or are we kind of we dismissing him? Like, what's the deal? And it's like, bro, you
Yeah,
had a whole segment right there where you could just be trying to show how electric you are, show where you're coming from. Now, don't get me wrong, his whole story of coming out of San Diego public golf and stuff like that, that was cool. But then, like, the rest of it was just ho hum stuff. Like, again, like, nothing that we're
yeah.
gonna sit here and be like, oh man, that snippet with Xander Schauffele, like, oh my god, it's unforgettable. Nothing about
Even
Xander
his
Schauffele like
e-
that.
even his game is not
Very
electric, right?
forgettable. Right.
It's good. Like God, he's one of the he's people will discount the official world golf rankings, but he's fifth in it currently. I mean,
Right.
is he fifth
FedEx
truly?
Cup
Probably
winner.
not. But yeah, I mean he's solid. But
He's got the pedigree.
there's not a Xander Schauffele memorable moment that you're just like, man, that's seared in my brain forever. That
Right.
shot he hit, or this particular win, he's just a solid, you know, performing golfer. So does
Definitely.
not move the needle. None of those guys will move the needle for the PGA Tour, or excuse me, for Live. Maybe Hovland, maybe, but like you said, he's already committed himself, or he's really made it clear where he wants to stay for the long term.
I mean,
And
bro
I
just
think
made that
people
Ryder Cup stalwart stuff, bro. You don't think he's
yeah,
not trying to continue that in case this live golf merger falls out of place and these guys can't come back and play? He
yeah.
just made his statement.
And I have an office that I work with in my 9 to 5 that's in Stillwater, and the stories
Still
are
stays
that
there.
Victor Hovland still lives in Stillwater, Oklahoma,
Loves it.
and cool
Loves
little,
it, bro.
northern Oklahoma town of 50,000.
College town,
But
chilling.
but ain't nobody just signing up to stay in Stillwater, Oklahoma if you're not a humble person. Let's just be real.
Facts. Facts.
It's just not some place that you're like, oh man, that's where I'm gonna be in while I'm in my 20s in the prime of my
Lay
life. I'm
down
gonna go stay
roots.
in Stillwater.
We are rooted in still water over here, brother. I don't know what to tell you.
So he's probably done really well with endorsements and the wins that he's gotten, the FedEx Cup, all that stuff. But,
Yeah. I mean, his apparel
that's not
brand is
gonna move
very
him.
uppity. He's Jay Lindenberg. So he's
Right.
definitely getting paid handsomely. And,
Yeah.
Ping, hometown boy. I mean, Ping got bread. I don't care what nobody say. Ping got bread. And they paying folks. I mean,
Yeah.
Tony Finau not just think about all the people that are on Ping. Where have they been? Have they gone anywhere else? Titleist people
No.
switch, Callaway people switch, PXG people switch. I don't know nobody that's jumped off of Ping. Everybody stays with Ping that goes to Ping. Tony,
Yeah. That's a
even
great
Tyrrell.
question. I'm gonna,
You know what I'm
I'm gonna have to
saying?
think about that. Anybody who
Right,
has left Ping. Hmm.
right.
Anyway, good point. That's a good point. Um, I missed one note, and it's kind of still related to this. Um, this past week you had quite a few PGA Tour players being more outspoken about
Yeah,
as
I like this.
any potential deal comes about that live players should have to face some form of penalty and shouldn't just be allowed to come back. The
Yes.
the interesting part of this story for me is that Rory is now fully shifted to the other side of it where he's just like let him back in. But you
Yep.
have other prominent people coming out and opposing that. So we have Scotty Scheffler that's voiced sentiments like that, Ricky Fowler, Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas. Again, all these named players that have all currently, after the SSG deal was completed, said that there shouldn't be a free entryway back to the PGA Tour. They don't know what it should look like, but
Right.
they shouldn't just be allowed to come back in. What'd you think about that one, man?
Wholeheartedly agreed. Again, something we've talked about, in private. I want to be on Rory's side of things a lot of the time. Like, I really respect him lightening his stance. New facts come out. So, of course, you change your opinion. That is a thing that mature people do, as we have discussed in previous. But he is going so far now just because they're like essentially the homies. Like, and I think the worst part about it is this is really pretty much all Ryder Cup based, like John Rahm came out with Liv talking about, yeah, man, me and Rory been talking again, bro. Like, that's the homie. We've been chopping it up. Yeah, me and him, Sergio. Yeah, we were not friends for a while, but we friends again now. He reached out, I've reached out, we friends now. Like, Rory, you got to have a line and you got to draw it and you
Yeah,
got to stay behind it. But as far as it goes for Ricky and JT and them, I love it. And I think it's even more of a statement that Ricky, of all people, who everybody loves and can get along with, is like, yo, like, I get it, but y'all ain't about to just come back through this piece free. Like, again, but it's just
right.
like what happened with the DP World Tour, though. You either gonna pay these fines, these weekly fines that you done accumulated, or you gonna have to sit out. It's fine.
Yeah,
These elevated events, you not in. I don't care about your world ranking points. It's not going. Like, you missing this first season of guaranteed money. You not in the SSG fund or whatever. And I don't know what to tell you, but you gonna suffer the consequences, bro. It ain't no free entry back to the promised land and all the media that you want. And that's my biggest thing,
right.
Rod. That's my biggest thing again. Like, they did all this huffing and puffing about not being able to control their image and then went somewhere where they're even more not able to control their image. You can't even
Right.
interview and say certain things. At least the PGA Tour is letting you say words. You like you looking over your corner at your speaking coach. Can I answer? I can answer this.
Um, it
I
was
guess.
interesting because I did an interview with Bryson on the live coverage talking about Sue Ann, again, struggle on course reporter, was talking to Bryson about his YouTube page and what's next. He's gotten, some decent guests on his show, Paige
Yeah,
Spearnack,
Grant
the good
Horvat.
boys and all that jazz.
Yeah, it's a real good
Exactly.
look for him. That's cool.
But I don't think that YouTube money is keeping up with other endorsements. Like YouTube money
Right,
can be really good, no doubt, but no way it keeps up with the endorsements that you would be able to get from people who would be on your hat, on your clothes, things like that.
right.
And the
Mm-hmm.
truth is that there's just going to be a missed opportunity for anybody on live because I'm sorry, no major network is picking them up. And it's very interesting in the live comments that, your people are like, oh, y'all need to partner up with Fox Sports or whatever. And I just felt like I needed to chime in just to add something to the chat when people started saying that, like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. When in actuality, Greg Norman left Fox Sports unceremoniously a few years after the Chambers Bay U.S. Open
Right.
because he just doesn't know how to navigate um, corporate
major
structure very
corporation.
well.
Yeah.
If he's not the one in control, it's clear he's an asshole and does not know how to control himself or his, mouth when it comes down to it.
Facts.
If he's not the one pulling all the, strings. So them having an opportunity to deal with Fox, I think is very unlikely as long as Greg is at the helm. And again, what would a broadcaster get from that? I'm
Right.
sorry, people want to keep giving them the rope of, oh, it's only a 3-year-old product. But again, if they have all the stars, is that what really drives it? Are stars what drives golf? To me, no.
Right.
I think we've talked about golf being very niche, right? We know that there is a clear delineation between the amateur golfer and the pro golfer. And I don't
Yep.
care, we've talked about this multiple times, whether you know Matthew Pavon before, um, the Farmers Insurance Open a few weeks ago. Homeboy is in the top 1% of his craft in the world. You may not
Period.
know him, but he is very, very good at golf. Much better than you want to give him credit for. Just because you didn't know his name before then, the talent is undeniable. And so,
Right.
to me, it's not the stars that drive the eyes. It's the overall general product. Is it polished? Does it appeal to the masses? So when you think about the small percentage of people that love golf and watch golf on TV, when you compare it to other sports, they want to see a smooth, kind of not goofy product. There is
Yeah.
no way to listen to David Faraday, Arlo White, Suan Hang, Dom
Who?
Boulay, and who is the other one in the booth that I
Who?
always forget? Jerry Foltz. It's a goofy cast of characters, bro. I'm
Literally
sorry.
C or D star commentators. Again, Jerry Foltz finally made it to the booth. A career on course reporter. David Faraday, career on course reporter. Then finally made it to the tower
Yeah.
for Golf Channel. And even then, he went from CBS to NBC in a few years, like that quick. Again.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead and give me Kevin Kistner. I'm good with that dude.
dude is
He's more
killing it right
polished.
now.
He's more polished and entertaining than anything that Liv has to give without being over the top goofy.
Saturday, him and Smiley Kaufman chemistry was off the charts, bruh. It was great. They were right. They had the cameras, they had the lights, and they off to the side. It was
Yeah.
amazing. It was
It
like
was good.
there was no break in the action. There was no everybody talking over each other or anything. Everybody knew their cues. All right, we're headed over to 16. Kids, who we got? Boom. Da 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 da. I'm talking to this guy. Yeah, I'm a real cool. I mean, like, what was one of the guys he knows? Brian Harmon. He was like, Brian Harmon didn't even dap me up. I'm gonna talk to him about that tonight on the phone. Like saying stuff like that, bro. Like, kids is hilarious. I love him
He is.
already, man.
So,
If he
yeah.
continues to stay as professional as he is, along with his friendly anecdotes like he's doing, I don't see him not,
Yeah.
considering like, being a permanent role in this situation. Not just
Yeah.
we have him for these first couple of events and we're gonna see how it goes. Kind of like the Manning cast. Manning cast took off, blew everybody through the moon. This is kind of what I feel like with kids. Just a ho-hum guy, career golfer. You still gonna see him play, but
Yeah.
when it's all said and done, he gonna have him a nice little career commentating. The country draw
I
is
think
not too
so.
country. He still is
No.
very formidable. He is still very, he does a lot of
It's
very
like
good things about it.
he's close enough currently and young enough to still have a connection, right? And then,
Right,
like you said, polished himself up enough to fit in without being offensive to anyone.
right.
I think
And being
he
too
really does
formal
have
because
a career.
yeah, because he's not a formal guy. I mean, he talked
No.
about it in the interviews, like, bro, like I hit 1,000 drivers on the range. And what do you want me to do? It still ain't gonna matter. I mean, I still ain't gonna be able to hit the tee. Like, bro is so honest. It is refreshing.
Yeah.
And again, like we
Yeah.
said, we don't need him to be Dan Hicks polished. We don't need him to be Jim Nance polished. We need him to be very formal, but also with that nice little, personable, stature that he has. It's great. It's really great for real.
Yeah. Cool deal, man. Just because we're already in over an hour here. Quick rundown of the Super Bowl. What'd you think, man?
I am like through my friends that I was talking to, I guess am on the contrary side. Everybody wanted the 49ers to win, and I'm like, brother, at the end of the day, I am a through and through Cowboys fan. I will not have them winning anything. I don't care. So whether y'all
that wasn't my contention. When we talked about it a couple weeks ago, I just said it's hard for me to bet against
you
Mahomes
can't bet against
in
15.
Kansas City.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't. So, like, the people that are mad that Taylor Swift got 54 seconds of TV time, boo-hoo, whatever. The guy in that yellow and gold from the Dallas Chiefs is just an amazing player, and he is already top 3 solidified. To me, he's behind Brady and Manning. That is my personal opinion. He gets this next one. It's really looking GOAT-like to me. To me, it's really looking GOAT-like. The arm talent,
part,
the savviness, the leadership, bruh. He has it all. He just needs to win a little bit more. But we talking dynasty already, bruh. He got 3 out of the last 5. I mean, it's serious.
And he's only 28 years old, man.
Not even 30, bruh. Not even
He's
30.
He's got a long runway to go. I think it's going to be.
Oh man!
You can't predict it. But if they can hold the majority of this team together, I think what showed something to me is Kelsey is a big part of the story, right? For multiple reasons. He's been a past great player. He's on the tail end of his career. He's mid-30s. He's taken a lot of punishment over the years. But they have the tools to keep churning this out. They had another tight end that was actually getting some good run in the first half.
Watson or something like that. 83 or 84, one of them. I don't know.
Yeah. So it's not like they can't, find someone that to develop and put in that same spot and being versatile as Kelsey. Agreed. Is he going to be hard to replace? Yeah, but they have some tools. The wide receiver talent is incredible, and when you got, like you said, 15 calling the plays out of the huddle, it's hard, man. It's hard to bet against them. I hate seeing people keep going. I think the Shanahan guy has lost 3. He's 0-3 in the Super Bowl as an offensive coordinator and as a head coach. I hate seeing people just like get the Buffalo Bills treatment, but it says something about how hard it is to win in any professional sport.
And I mean, let's not diminish everything that Andy Reid is doing. Bro, coaching. Bro is coaching. Like, prime example.
They made that last play look so easy.
I mean, let the time run down on purpose. Like it was nothing. But again, that was my point, though. You go on Instagram, what are they saying? The 49ers came out. They didn't even know the rules of the new playoffs.
Yeah.
And what did Kansas City say? We've had a meeting every playoff week about the OT rules. And we had two on the Super Bowl week. Brother, we are prepped and ready. You know what I'm saying?
It's all in the details, man. Crazy.
Seriously. If you're not coached up, I mean, like, 49ers had all the talent in the world and it didn't matter. Seriously. That's what it come down to. The dudes that got coached up, they had a few weak moments. They had those 2 bad personal foul penalties or whatever. But other than that, the defense was cold. The offense did just enough. Well-oiled machine. And it came out that in the last 27 or 30 games of Kansas City, the last 30 games, 27 is the most points that their defense is allowed. And this is an offensive, like, juggernaut team. And your defense is performing like that. That's insanity in itself, bro.
Yeah,
For real.
they're aggressive. They're aggressive and can hold, high scoring teams down.
Oh, yeah.
And just my last thing before we kind of wrap it up. Your boy from Antoine, his whole thing about Nick Bosa and Black History Month not being
Oh,
able
that
to
was
win in the same
hilarious.
month. That's all I can think about, bro. Especially
Hard-headed.
like down at the end when it kept getting tight. I'm like, that's gotta hold true. It's gotta hold
It was
true.
funny,
So,
bro. On Twitter, they had that lady from The Color Purple, the original one, that was casting that spell. Until you do right by me. It was so hilarious, bro. Oh my god, man.
I think
But I know you
that's.
go.
Go ahead.
That's a good ending. I know you getting ready to ask me, do I have anything else to add? And I want to just go ahead and put it out there. LPGA is back in 12 days. I mean, 10 days. The 22nd.
10 days.
So not next week, but the week after that, we
Another
get LPGA
another
back.
weekend.
Right. Thankful. That's all I'm saying. And we can cut it. Boom.
All right. That is good to know. I can't wait to see LPGA and have
More golf
them,
to
the ladies
cover.
back swinging at it. That's right. So, good show. Bearder Bros Golf Show. We'll be back at it again next week discussing Tiger's return in 2024, how he looks, and all the goings on from this week. It's going to be another good week of golf. So we'll catch you then. I'm Rod.
And I'm Marcus.
Peace.